Okay, with my USB microphone, obviously there's only one port on my phone. Look, you can see her fucking arm hanging out. um, I'm charging my phone because it's at like 50% or whatever, so that's the reason why I unplugged the microphone. Plus, this is a different angle. Now I just, oops, well, actually, I should kind of close up my legs before I show you how I'm like positioned. So the ladder, I'm resting my feet on the ladder. I don't know if you can, I should probably watch this video before I upload it to make sure that nothing is exposed because I'm not wearing any underwear. Anyways, what was I gonna say? I mean, I'm in bed. Why should I wear any underwear? You need to let that shit breathe and air out. Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, like, so my friend, we're like super different. We're we're kind of like not arguing, but like discussing how different we are because she needs to feel a sense of purpose, right? And a sense of service to community and all that good shit. And I'm just like, nope. For me, my service is making my videos. I'm giving the world, the universe, my time and energy for free. It's not like a paid job, right? It's not like, it's not like YouTube is my employer and I'm collecting a paycheck. No, I'm doing this obviously of my own free will. However, um, to get technical, I learned because my friend is in Japan and she's trying to convince me to go there. So I looked into it, and as a digital nomad, you cannot fucking go to Japan without a visa. Because if you're a digital nomad, then and you're making money online, then you have to apply for a visa if you plan to stay. I mean, regardless of the length of your stay, I believe you have to get a visa. So for me, I would probably need to get the entertainer visa for my type of work because I would classify myself more as a model um entertainer. That's what I am. So, but you have to get like a letter. Oh fuck, I'm going over time. You have to get a letter. I don't I have to read off the list, but it's just like it's not exactly straightforward, right? Because I told you guys about Cambodia, and you can get a visa on arrival. What, this fucking double chin nonsense. I'm listening to subliminals for erasing dark circles and a defined jawline, etc. Anyways, um, with regards to Cambodia, you could get a visa on arrival. That's just like that just makes your life easier. People talk about let's just say moving to Vietnam. And my point is you're not moving there if you're constantly doing your visa runs every 3 months. That's in the long run, is that really, sustainable? It's really a pain in the ass navigating visas. If you think about it, that has to be your main priority. That's literally your legal permission to be in a fucking foreign country. These are pretty serious things. If you're overstaying your visa, if you're overstaying your welcome for even a day, depending on where you're at, you're going to face, severe penalties, fines, and possibly imprisonment. That's something that you should not be fucking around with, okay? Fuck around and find out, okay? People be getting deported and shit. So that's definitely, for me at least, maybe you're not bothered by the fucking endless visa runs, but You know, when you get older, do you really want to be doing that shit? And then, of course, another concern I was telling you guys about was, look, I'm actually like resting, laying on him. I use him as a pillow. Um, in the long run, when you get older, you have health concerns, right? And I was telling you guys that I heard horror stories about, like, let's just say, it doesn't really matter where you are. I mean, although for me, as a Marine vet, I'm a Marine veteran, so I get the benefit of free healthcare in the United States. But obviously, that's going to go away if I'm in a foreign country. So, no more free healthcare. I'd have to pay for it. Although, it's probably more affordable and I don't know, let's just say, what's an affordable place? I wouldn't even say that Mexico. I mean, Mexico is, considered one of the top healthcare places. I mean, I have done some research, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know everything. Like Thailand has good healthcare, um, but my point is like there's just so many unknown factors, especially when it comes to like medical billing and insurance. They're gonna find ways to like say that um they're gonna try and like get out of it and not try and cover your issue, because like I said, I've heard horror stories where, let's just say, somebody, a traveler, an expat, was in whatever place and they've fallen ill. Let's just say, hypothetically, somebody gets dengue fever or they have to get medevaced, etc., and they need some serious, hospital help. And they end up getting a hospital bill anyways, regardless of the fact that they had travel insurance. Because the insurance company came back and was like, oh, you don't qualify as a traveler because you're technically living there. So there's all these like technicalities where, like, obviously the insurance company are gonna try and find ways to get out of, you know, pay coughing up the money. So that's my point, is like there's just so many uncertainties and unknowns, which is like my dad's favorite word, when it comes to being a foreigner in, a foreign country, you know. So, there's really no navigating this stuff. The, these are legitimate, real concerns that real people have, especially like, imagine if you're just living off Social Security. Let's just say if your Social Security pension or whatever is, barely enough to survive in the United States, you know, if your travel insurance, medical insurance, or whatever does not cover medevac, literally everybody is just hanging on by a fucking shoestring. They're just, one injury, one illness away from being a slave to debt, to medical bills. And these are real concerns, for real people. And not just that, but I've talked about romance scams. Like, in my opinion, especially after telling you guys about what happened to my friend, that she got kicked out. She was living with her relative who's married to a Thai lady. The Thai lady kicked her out of the house. So she had a gig lined up to work for her relative in his company. But this her relative's wife kicked her out, and then the Thai wife kicked out her husband, which is her relative. So my point is, being that, like, let's just say Thailand, Vietnam, these countries structure their laws in such a way that, in my opinion, it truly um, encourages their people to be thieves and criminals, because property can only be purchased in a Thai national citizen or Vietnamese citizen's fucking name. As a foreigner expat, you're not allowed to purchase property, or let's just say a car, in your own name. So let's just say if you marry a Thai wife, a Vietnamese wife, the only way for you to um, acquire or buy property and a car would be if that property is registered in that Vietnamese citizen, Thai citizen's fucking name. That's just a recipe for disaster, if you ask me. So really, if you think that you are in love with a Thai or Vietnamese girl in Thailand and fucking Vietnam, think again. She only wants you for your fucking money.